Hundreds of people tonight are still cleaning up damage from Wednesday's tornadoes and severe storms.
Others are reflecting on this date in 2012 when a deadly outbreak of tornadoes roared across greater Cincinnati.
They first hit the Grant County community of Crittenden, damaging dozens of houses. The path continued toward Piner in Kenton County, where 3 people were killed and the destruction of property was immense. Peach Grove in Pendleton County sits on a hilltop above the Ohio River, and it took a direct hit from the tornadoes. The storms then took aim on the village of Moscow, damaging 80% of the structures and claiming 1 life. They continued on through Felicity and Franklin Township, Bethel and Tate Township, where 2 more people died.
The storms changed the lives of people in all of those communities, but especially the river town of Moscow, which was hit hard in the flood of 1997 as well. 9 on Your Side's Tom McKee went back there this week to get a feel of what life is like there now.
It's been 5 years since a tornado roared through the village of Moscow, damaging dozens of homes and killing 1 resident. Rebuilding is still ongoing, and residents here say they're not giving up. 1/3 of the buildings were either destroyed or left uninhabitable. The streets looked like a bomb had gone off. Jeff Richards won't forget that day. He lived through it. His house is on Water Street, one of the first to be hit as the twister crossed the river.
I sat on the Allman Brothers speakers when I was about 21, and they were pretty loud, but this was twice that loud.
The twister tore the roof off the house and blew 1 wall out of the building.
It sounded like a machine gun was going off, tat, 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 as it's pulling the studs out.
Richards was hurt when a door blew open and knocked him into a wall.
I saw trees go by my windows and everything like that. You sort of felt like you're in the Wizard of Oz a little bit.
4 generations of the Skeen family crowded into this basement as the storm approached.
My mom's house came up off the ground, but then, pretty much set right back down.
Paula Skeen remembers the faces etched in terror.
Everybody was crying, screaming, and thinking we weren't going to make it, but we did.
Samantha Hilberg was on the phone with her mom heading there to pick up her 5-year-old.
My son was screaming and she says, "There's a tornado coming," and then everything went black. I couldn't hear anything,
Emotions flowed when she saw the boy.
He started screaming, "Mommy," and all I remember is crying, throwing my purse down, running to him. I've never been so happy to see him in my life.
That tragic day changed Moscow. Here's an example of the tornado's impact on this village. In 2012, there were 244 residents. Now the census says there are 170. Houses that stood for decades are gone, replaced by vacant lots.
I call it the retirement home. All that's left around here is older people.
Village Administrator David Plummer has been on the job for 2 years, and it's his job to try and turn things around.
You can tell by walking through town that there are some issues that still need to be addressed, but we're currently working through them.
For example, plans are in the works to offer tax incentives for new development.
We want Moscow to be in 5 years a great rural escape for anyone wanting to get just outside of the Cincinnati area who's wanting all the amenities of a big town.
Despite living through a flood and a tornado, Richard says his family isn't going anywhere.
I still love the village, and I'm going to stay here until I can't stay here anymore.
Tom McKee, 9 on Your Side, Moscow.